This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Live, and we are at the MicroCap Rodeo 2019 in Austin, Texas. With me right now is Diana Sabacinski from SanMelix Laboratories. It's a private company. Diana, welcome to SNN.Live.
It's great to be here.
It's great to have you. So for our audience, let's start off with an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
SanMelix Laboratories is a bioactive wound care company.
All right, let's get a history of the company. When did it start, and how did you develop the company to where it's currently at today?
We incorporated in 2017, and our history relates to Dr. Sabacinski, who happens to be my husband. He's a Harvard-trained podiatric physician who has been working with limb salvage most of his life. We're a wound care company, and we create products for ideal wound solutions.
So I want to understand a little bit more about what the company is doing and what the problem you guys are solving. So I've interviewed many wound care companies on this program, so I'm very curious, what about SanMelix is different and unique compared to some of your peers out there?
Well, we decided our formulation is based on buckwheat honey instead of manuka honey because of its superior medicinal properties. And we added an antimicrobial barrier to our dressings to prevent infection. There are no other dressings that can heal faster and healthier than our dressings because we handle all the mechanisms of actions for wound healing. It has a debrider, it prevents infection with our standardized antimicrobial, and it also creates skin regeneration, which are all the factors you need to heal a wound.
And is it a topical treatment or is it an oral treatment?
We actually have ointments and that's for more of our OTC products, which is a radiodermatitis cream. And we also have a patented formulation on our wound dressings. Our formulations are so unique, they've been patented.
So another question that I have too is, where are we at in the approval process for some of your products that are out there?
Currently, the Air Force is doing our 510K testing. We will be on a medical device regulatory pathway with the FDA, and we're very excited for them to be doing the testing because they're interested in the product. And that testing should be completed by Q1 of 2020.
And Diana, another question that I have is, where was the science developed for the technology for this company?
My husband, through trial and error when he was at Harvard, tested many different products. And again, he wanted something that had debridement, antimicrobial, and skin regeneration properties because you need all three. And we chose buckwheat honey because it was superior to manuka honey. And then we added our antimicrobial to it. And this was important because we needed a standardized dose. So every time a clinician would use the product, he would know that they had that it would prevent wound infection. So that was very important. So Dr. Sabacinski, over 30 years, had tried many different, even at Harvard, they tried maggots, they tried just various, sugar and betadine was one of the things he tried. And once he tried this, he saw that instead of it taking 13 months on average to heal a diabetic foot ulcer, it now took 13 weeks. So it's faster and healthier healing. It will save many limbs. It will save many lives. And it just overall increases health and happiness.
And one more question I also had too. Are there studies out there that shows that buckwheat honey is more effective than what was previously used?
Yes, manuka honey has the methylglyoxal, which we added to our product, but it does not have as high antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, or tissue repair for fibroblasts that our product has. Those three items are crucial to tissue regeneration and repair. And we also tested it. It's been tested multiple times, and it has the highest of those medicinal properties, and that's why we chose it.
One more follow-up to that also. Do you have IP protection around some of your formulas that you put together?
That's a very good question. It has taken us about 3 years, and we finally got our IP. The patent was issued for our first formulation. We also have 3 other patents pending with other formulations.
So, as everybody knows, you are a private company, and in terms of corporate development, where are we at in that process? From what I understand, you also have a Reg CF out there, correct?
Yes, we are doing an equity crowdfunding campaign because we wanted to give the public the opportunity to help us heal others.
Okay, and if I may ask, what is why are you doing this Reg CF campaign, and what's the capital that's being raised being used for?
We already have 170 investors, and we are using this to complete the 510K testing and also to work with reimbursement, finding a reimbursement code, and putting a team together.
And what's your background? I mean, how'd you? I mean, you alluded to it earlier. Obviously, this is your husband helped develop the technology, but what's your background? I mean, how'd you come into all this?
I am a successful entrepreneur. I owned my own business for a dozen years. I also was a former CFO of a public company. And I left my advisory role. I'm a CPA by trade and forensic accountant. And I left that role in order to do this full time because we believe so much in the effectiveness of our product.
So you're handling the corporate strategy, and your husband's handling the tech side. Is that the partnership I'm seeing?
Yes, I'm the business person behind it. He's the clinical.
Okay.
We have scientists and we have regulatory on our team also.
My next question is, then from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the growth drivers that our audience can expect to see from the company moving forward?
Well, we know that the government is interested in the product, and we know that there is no other dressing like ours. We're looking to have strategic partnerships with some of the main players in order to do distribution. But right now, when we met with the government yesterday, they called it the Holy Grail of wound dressings because of all of the properties that we have. So we're just excited to be able to put that out there and, have a strategic partner down the road to have the distribution. The market itself is $13.5 billion. And our products, they address major global threats like the AMR crisis, diabetic foot ulcers, and chemical and radiation burns.
And where can our audience go and find more information about SanMelix and also about the Reg CF program that you have underway?
Please visit www.startengine.com/SanMelix.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the MicroCap Rodeo 2019 in Austin, Texas. With me again has been Diana Sabacinski from SanMelix Laboratories. It's a private company. Diana, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Robbie.